Hello, hello, everybody. I'm Steve, and welcome to another Mac84 live stream. How's everybody doing today on this rainy, drizzly Friday evening when it's 52 degrees outside? Thought this was supposed to be nearing summer, but anyway, how's everyone doing? I'm Steve. I already said that. We have 17 people watching. The YouTube counter finally went from 0 to 17. It does tend to do that. And why is the air conditioning on? It is 52 degrees inside. Unless the heat went on. Let's see what happened here. Hold on. We had all sorts of... Yeah, no, that's wrong. Turn that off. Alright, anyway, we have Trina here. We have Jay. We have Eric. We have Sean from Action Retro. And we have Retro Techie. Hello, Retro Techie. We have Mike from Mike's Mac Shack. We have Sad Mac 356. Sad Macin' all the year round. And let's see. Joe is here. Christopher is here. Madeline is here. Eep! All Things DG is here. Richard is here. Dysfunctional Wombat is here. It's been a while, Dysfunctional Wombat. How are you doing? Grant is here. And did I miss anybody? Chris is here. Hello, Chris. Nick is here. Characters I Cannot Read is here. Bruce! Bruce is here. Bruce is not going to want to miss this. All right, all right. Wells is here. Excellent. All right, so got a full house here today. My goodness. Okay, so story time. I found a wonderful looking outside. Oh, no worries, Dysfunctional Wombat. No worries, Aaron. Thanks, Mike. Maybe I won't mail those fuses to you. So, I found, well, this. There's a computer that goes with this. I swear. Don't worry, Bruce, we'll make this exciting. This was a Power Tower Pro 225. This is a 604E Power Macintosh Clone. And the problem is, there's some damage to it. And if I actually knew what the heck I was doing, I would have showed you some pictures off my phone. Well, I could do that here. It's just going to be sort of a weird double vision type thing because I didn't bother to grab anything from OBS because it likes to freeze up when I do weird things. Anyway, so I know this is silly, but here's the Facebook picture that I saw on Facebook Marketplace when I went to pick it up. And let me adjust the focus here on this camera so at least this is not that half-assed. I mean, we're still pretty much half-assed, but I mean, there's some other halves that could go on here. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. Excellent. Alright, so, I'm going to turn the autofocus off on this camera. Okay, so, let's turn the rotation lock off. We're getting really fancy here. Too much effort is going into this that could have just easily imported some pictures. Anyway, that's a listing I saw. This fantastic Power Macintosh Clone. $50 for the monitor, the keyboard, the tower, and a whole box of wires and such. Whole box of wires. So, let's see. I brought this home, and I took a look at it. I was sidetracked by another project, Sean. And when I got to taking a look at mine, I opened the side of it, and I, saw something a little bit nasty. And I was in for a surprise, and as you could tell by the YouTube thumbnail, it was a leaking battery. Isn't that delicious looking? Yeah, even with the damage, the monitor and the cables was worth $50. But, so, that's the battery. And at first thought, I thought, okay, maybe it's not too bad. But then, that yellow bit, right there to the left of your screen, that's a resistor pack. And, it wasn't looking too happy. And look at that. No, I did not keep the battery. I'm not that silly. For better or worse, it looks like the damage was isolated to the resistor pack area directly behind the battery. The machine was stored at an angle, and so all the delicious capacitor juice leaked down onto what was in the way. And what was in the way was the cache SIM slot, and of course, the CPU slot, because why should we not damage the two things that are vitally important for the computer to work? We ain't done yet, Willie. So, Also, some of it leaked onto the memory modules. It's fantastic. Now, let's see. The processor in here was supposed to be a 225 megahertz 604E. It was not. It was a G3 processor. So this had a G3 upgrade card. However, that's the state of the G3 upgrade card. So, all of this nice corrosion actually took a full bite out of the aluminum heatsink. And then on the right here, you can see all of this lovely bit attacking all these chips here. So, this was something that I was thinking, great, this will be easy, but just taking off the battery, I had to take off the whole battery holder because the battery was not budging. So, what I did, and I was doing this just on Skype a little bit, I was able to clean things up a little. So let me turn the focus back on the camera here. And I'll explain what I did so far. So I'm filming, I filmed some of this, so I'm going to do a little video about this probably. I had to adjust the focus. Keep up. So here's a logic board. And we're going to look at it under a microscope in a moment. But this has been ultrasonically cleaned. There's still some bad bits on this board. But I'll explain exactly what happens, what we have to go from now. So the battery has been removed, and this area has been cleaned up substantially. Now, the resistor pack there still needs to be replaced, and one of the resistors fell off, and then the other two did as well. Thankfully, I ordered those resistors, and I ordered that resistor pack. I have the parts right here, so that's why I was delaying doing this stream. Those just got here like an hour ago. The problem is this cache slot, 2 of the pins are just eaten away. They're gone. And the CPU slot, there's a lot of green on it. I think it's going to be okay. I think everything in the CPU card slot will make a connection. The other problem is we have some caps here that are very crusty. The rest of them look fine. But there's 4 caps here. 2 are by the battery. You could just see they have this like white residue all over them. Yeah. And so this board is going to need some work. Now, I never turned the machine on since I got it. The guy said the last time he powered it on was probably 20 years ago. So it did come with a full complement of memory, so there was tons of memory here. I'm fairly confident we could get some life out of this board because the resistor pack doesn't look too bad. I'm going to take that off first, and we're going to try and fix that area. What I'm most concerned about is if the CPU tray card socket works, because there's a lot of green here. Even after the ultrasonic cleaner, there's a lot of green there. And the cache slot, I don't know if I could save that. There are 2 pins already missing, and one looks like it's about to fall off. I guess theoretically I could run a cable, but I don't know if I have a cache module to put in there. I know there are some upgrades that you could put in there. Now, what's interesting is this is a Power Tower 225 board. Now, every Mac.com says this was upgradable to a dual processor machine, but there's only one processor card slot. So I'm thinking maybe that upgrade was swapping out the board, or maybe they had an upgrade that went in the cache slot, which I don't think is the case. Anyway, this has 6 PCI slots. That's 3 more than the other clone I have right here on the desk. So I would love to get this working. It has 2 SCSI channels. It has a floppy drive port, and it's just your standard Macintosh after that. There's no IDE on it or anything like that. But this did come with some goodies. It came with 2 twin turbo graphics cards. It came with a USB card, and it came with an IDE card. Now, it didn't come with a hard drive, but I will move the camera over here slightly. I already took the faceplate off of this, but it had a CD burner, an iMac zip drive, floppy drive, and a Jazz drive. So we do have some great drives here, which hopefully can work as well. Can you take the pins out of a donor board? Well, the problem is this is a whole... Yeah, this is it's a whole socket. I don't have a donor board of a Power Mac that's dead enough for me to want to desolder all of these pins on the back. No, thank you. So hopefully I don't have to do that. But anyway, yes, it had a good amount of RAM. Thank you for reminding me, Bruce. It had at least, I'd say, 200 megs of RAM, just by guessing. There were a few 64 meg modules, a few 32 meg modules, and then a sad 16 meg module. But I'm going to get to work on this. I'm going to put it onto the microscope, but I wanted to show you guys what we're dealing with today before we get strapped in, because I don't know where this is going to take us. It's a Friday night. I don't have any plans to wake up early tomorrow, so let's try and get this working, huh? All right, hello everybody. I have not said hello to. Sorry about that. We are just rolling here and doing a lot of crazy stuff. So let's make sure our cameras want to work today. That would be nice, so we could get a nice image. Wouldn't that be nice? So why doesn't the microscope wants to go? Come on. There we go. All right, and then make sure I'm in the corner. There I am. Fit in the box. Okay, so the pins can be removed from the card and replaced. The owner said it. No, there's a postal sticker on here that basically the guy used as a label, and it says the hard drives were removed in 2015. So that's the reason why there's a postal sticker there. So it's 3 a.m. here soon. Well, thankfully it's only 8:42 p.m. here, but time zones are fun, aren't they? So I guess the first thing I should do is get the microscope into a situation where I can actually look through it. And let me show you some of the damage and record for future posterity some of the fun we're looking at here. Adjust the camera slightly. This stupid USB cable is very taut on the camera. I think that's causing some issues. But anyway. Alright. So, here's the resistor pack. Here's where the battery was. And there is some minor residue here. Honestly, it could have been much worse. I think that this machine was only sitting with that battery on it for a short period of time. How short, I don't know. But it could have been a lot worse. I've seen just boards being destroyed. So the trick here is this resistor pack has some pins missing. And so there's at least 2 pins missing here. I have no idea where they go. I don't know if they actually connected to something or if they were just there to hold down the board. So before I desolder any of this, I'm very curious to the continuity of this. I might draw a little diagram just to figure out if anything is going somewhere else. So, yeah, I don't know if the traces are still there. That's what we're trying to figure out. And I guess somebody who's smarter than I am could probably find the schematic or the manufacturing diagram or whatever for this thing and say, oh yeah, those pins don't connect to anything. And if anybody wants to search for this, well, first let's flip it upside down and give you guys a bit of a break. If anybody wants to help me out with trying to find that information, that is exactly what it is, a SOMC 1601. Now this one has a rating of 111G. I have no idea what the heck that means, but I was sure to buy the exact replacement of it, which I have in this bag here. And if I bring that over, I could probably give you the Mouser part number, which might assist you in your queries of trying to assist me. And this is, well, that's a long part number. Well, there we go. That's manufacturer part number. Screenshot it if you need it. SOMC 1601100KEGA. And then the Mouser part number, this is for the replacement one I ordered. 71-SOMC 1601-100K-EA. So, alright, so just heads up on that. Yes, I will be checking this from a few angles. I want to use my meter to try and just map out some things first. See if I could get any information on this. Maybe they're just grounded pins, who knows. Let's see, did that go to ground? No. At one point, this was going here. But that is it still making a connection? Oh, wow. It's still making just a faint connection there, because that leg is wobbly. Oh, well, thank you much, Trina. Let me click on that. My goodness. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see where the heck these pins go, because that might help us. Okay. So mechanical specifications, impedance codes. Let me scroll through this. Technical specifications, part number. New part number. Oh, okay, that's defining the part number. I guess that's interesting. So what is the oh, that's the resistance value. Okay, well, I'm glad I matched the same exact one. Weave, reflow, dimensions, impedance codes, performance. That might not tell me what I'm looking for, unless I'm just not reading it correctly, which could totally be the case. But because this has a nice little diagram here. Historical part number. Yeah, so it tells you the part number. Oh, here we go. 13, 15, or 19 resistors with one pin common. Okay. 7, 8, or 10. So which one is this? Current applications. Oh, I see. So it's if this is the 16 one, so that would be for the one with. Oh, okay. So there are 15 resistors with one pin being common or I assume ground. Oh, okay. So these are all important, I would guess. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun, folks. This is gonna be fun. The model of the motherboard is a power computing, and I'll type this in because it's so long. It's a PPC 5000 0121-03. So it's a power computing Mac clone board. I'm pretty sure a lot of the same systems use a similar board. But yeah, so let's just see. I assume. Oh, let me go back to that diagram here just to see which one is the common one. Is it this guy? It's one of the pin ones. Well, had a little bit of a beep. Maybe common isn't ground. Maybe I'm just foolish. Oh, I guess maybe this is pin 1 because the line is there. I have no clue. Of course, everything could be terribly corroded in other places that I don't even know. But yeah, I don't know if maybe they're just not using everything. What I'm going to do is, I guess, take this off and just see if there are traces under here. Because there could very well be like this right here. See this? There could be like right under here and just trying to connect to them on this side. Hopefully that's the case. Like this one's going under here. So line 1 is pin. Okay, so this is there. Let's try and find a ground somewhere. Touching spots that should have a ground. Yeah, something's... Well, anyway, this has to come off. Well, good luck to you with your job. Eep! That eeps for good luck. That eeps for good luck. Flux, flux, flux. Now I'm going to add some solder to these legs because this is so crusty and battery bombed that I'm very worried that this whole thing is just going to fly off. And I actually haven't used this heat gun in a while, so I have to move all these things off my desk that are just taking up space. Well, not taking up space, but impeding me from proceeding with doing what I was originally going to do with this. How did that get tangled there? Oh, that's the old soldering iron, and that is yeah, let's unplug that. We don't need that plugged in. We just need the heat gun part. Then we can actually put this there, maybe. Look at that, organizing on the fly. So many cables. So many cables. Okay, so go to the power terminal for ground. Yes, I did that. In fact, where do I put my multimeter? What I usually do is I'll touch like the housing of like the SCSI plug or something like that. And I'll do that, and then I'll find a ground. So there's a ground. And now whoop. Yeah, I'm not finding anything. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's plug in our fantastical soldering iron here. So I'll just give that a few moments to warm up. This board has two SCSIs on it. Internal fast SCSI, which is here. Oop, there you go. Internal fast SCSI bus, and then external SCSI bus. So, yay! Alright. I'm going to turn this to the side. Of course, there's plastic right up against this thing, so I want to just be careful here. I'm just going to try and touch up the legs here. Now, actually, I don't think I really need to touch that side because hardly anything is connected. Let's turn this around. This is going to be awkward because this board is quite large on that side. There we go. Let's just try and... Oh, that smells delicious. Crusty old solder. It might very well be for the SCSI. I'm not sure. I really don't know. But if that's the case, I mean, it's pretty important for a Mac. But it might not prevent it from starting up, which is good. But anyway, I wanted to get the replacement part and just try my best anyway. Hey, Vandalay, how's it going? Alright, so got some fresh solder there. My little fan is on the floor, which is not a good place for it. Let's bring that back up because we're going to be all sorts of smelly things, I'm sure, as the day goes on. Let me plug this in over here. If I can reach the plug without just now plugging everything, something into the USB bus. Oh, at least I'm trying to. So if something breaks, that's OBS saying, I don't like you. Hopefully that is not too noisy, but that will reduce the amount of toxic things I breathe in, which is always good. Alright, so let me get some heat shields here, just because there's two big things of plastic. I do not want to melt the SCSI ports. Those are useful. Just using some PCI card slot covers here. I do have. Where did I put that? Where did I put it? I bought some tape. Here we go. Yes, let's actually use the things that you purchased, Stephen. Tape. This is a high quality environmental protection paste tightly. I'm sure that's what it's actually called. That's the heat resistance Kapton tape, however you pronounce it. Let's put some of this right up against Who needs a scissor when you have a scalpel? Just gonna put this right up against the plastic there. Put the heat shield on it too, but how's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully it's Friday where you are, or you may already be in the future like Bruce and Madeline are, and it's the weekend. If so, excellent. Alright, so that should hopefully help a little bit. We have some tape on the left and tape on the right. Now I'm going to put those metal shields down, just give us some extra protection there. But we shouldn't hopefully have to put too much heat on this thing to get it off. Let me get my tweezers here. Good. Everyone's doing good. Excellent. Hope so. Alright, so let's add a bit more flux here. So I don't want to lift any more pads because this thing already has some damage to it. So I am doing okay. It's a Friday. I had meetings all day, and then our office technically closed a little early. And I had a meeting that went beyond that, so I'm a happy camper now. There we go. Alright, so I do see some points there. At least almost all the points that we need. Let's see. A little solder ball we have to get out of the way. Jay, get your solder balls off of my board. I think they're going to come out with another iMac to replace the iMac Pro. That would be my guess as to why there's only one screen size now. Alright, so this goes there, this goes... Well, I would assume it did at one point, but there's all sorts of disgusting bits all around here. Oh yeah, that's... bye-bye. Yeah, there's no spot here. Maybe this had no connection, although... If I'm reading this right, yeah, these all would be connected somewhere, but... Oh, I see. I see, this goes there. Duh, okay. Alright, so we should be able to hopefully fix this. I'm excited now. I have some hope. Oh, jeez. I also did order the little resistors that were hiding around. Yes, hopefully being the key modifier. Now I have 5 of these little resistor packs. These are replacements. And, well, first we're gonna have to work on the pad situation here. I think I'm gonna have to run a heck of a lot of 1 wire, 2 wire, 3 wire, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of... Oh boy. This is gonna be an interesting one. Is there any copper under there, or is it all just disgusting? Alright, so these two, there's actually copper. These two, it's completely gone. I'm going to test the continuity of these pads because of what they've been through. And thankfully, these resistors here are all the values of. So this line here goes to there. This goes to there. This goes to there. This goes to here, this goes to there, so I should be able to... It's going to be tricky. I should be able to replace everything that was here. Hopefully. Okay, so, first things first, let me clean this up a little bit. I loved my 27-inch iMac. It was a 2011 model. And, oh man, that was a great machine. And if the graphics card wasn't giving me trouble, I would probably still be using it today. Yeah, I don't think there is, this board is lost completely. It's a lot more work than I was expecting to put into it. But we'll see what happens. Alright, so I need some wire. Some enameled wire. And I thought I had a different spool of it. Well, let's see how large this one is. If I want to make pads, I usually use one that's a little thicker than this one. Just see if it's in one of the other drawers I put down here under my desk. I think this one is thinner. Yeah, that's thinner. They are bright green spools, so they are hard to lose, but somehow I've managed. Oh, here it is. Alright, so this is a 28 gauge AWG. I think I'd work with this just because it would give me a bit more room. I'm not sure if this is... because it's about the size of the trace, and that's what I kind of want to... I think that would... I don't know. We'll see. If it won't work, we'll try something else. But, so I'm going to remove our resistor pack over there. Our replacements are going to sit right on top of the soldering iron, and I'm telling you all that so I don't lose them later. We also have some of these crusty caps we got to remove. Yum. Now that's 16 volts. Could barely make it out. 16 volts, 47 microfarad. And where's the plus on the board? There's no plus, is there? Well, that's going to make things fun. Alright, so we will deal with those scummy capacitors at a later date. But let's, well, not later, but a little later. Let's continue what we're doing here. So, I'm going to get my solder wick here. I'm going to try and get some solder to those areas. Now, I had my cutters when I was removing that battery. So what happens, there it is. They fell down. I knew they were on the desk. All the tools laying on the floor. So hold on, let me click on something right here. Sorry, I'm just setting a reminder for myself so jeez. Everything falls off my desk and then hits me. That was a scalpel. Good thing it didn't hit me the other way. Anyway, yeah, the bar on, so the tantalums, the stripe means positive. These guys here, these electrolytic vertical ones, the black stripe means negative. So, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, Trina, that they're interesting boards. But all right, so let me just put a wee bit of flux here. And I'm just going to try to add some solder onto these pads, see what will take it. Alright, so that wasn't too bad, to be honest. Could have been a lot worse. Just scraping away the corners here. I might have to change the scalpel in a bit because it's not as sharp as it used to be. Just like me. I want to be able to test the continuity between the soldered pads. I don't want to assume anything and the points they're going to. So. Really? That one might not be connected. Hello, Neo. Alright, that is. And this guy goes here. That's connected. This guy goes here. Eep. I can't seem to... Yeah, it... I don't know. Let's zoom in here. Yeah, that might not be making a connection. You guys can't see that unless I really hold it down here, but... Yeah, let me go get a sharper scalpel blade. I'm going to put the be right back thing on for a minute because I have to run upstairs. Oh my goodness, Mike. That was unexpected of you. Thank you very much, Mike. Eep! Everyone, I'm going to take a quick break. Go subscribe to Mike's Mac Shack if you're not already subscribed. Mike has an excellent channel. He's going to be streaming this weekend, I believe. Ooh, very, very cool stuff. But thank you very much, Mike. That is greatly appreciated. What is taking so long? Well, we got to take our time trying to fix it, Mike. I mean, come on. Thank you for the super chat, though. That is greatly appreciated and very generous. All super chats go towards things that I buy for the channel, whether it be tools or discs that I archive and all that stuff. Yes, Mike's channel, things explode much more often than they do on my channel. So, if that's the type of content you want, which of course it is, you better go subscribe to him. He's got the good stuff. Put the link in there to your channel, Mike, just in case. Mike's Reefa Cap Shack. Has a nice ring to it. Yeah, that's a goner. That is not connected by the looks of it. So All right, I'm gonna get a new scalpel. I will be back in a moment. Let me just put the be right back thing on and subscribe to Mike's Mac Shack. Don't forget about that. I will be back in like, I don't know, 40 seconds, a minute, maybe 2 minutes. Subscribe to Mike's Mac Shack. He just put a link in there. Be right back. Alright, you all subscribed to Mike's Mac Shack yet? No! Right. Here's the scalpel blade, so I'm going to replace that. So this one's getting a wee bit dull. So just give me a second here and we'll be back to scrapety in no time. Dispose of that properly later. Alright, back to business. You haven't subbed to Mike's Mac Shack? My goodness. Blasphemy. He has some excellent content, and if you want to see me scared, running away like a little girl from a little child from a reefer capacitor exploding, well, that's the only place to see it. There we go. Need to be very delicate here, as now we have a sharp tip. Okay. And Mike's noisy AC unit. Hey, it was hot there. We had to have that on. Okay, yeah, Mike's retired shaky table. Alright, so let's get our multimeter out again and see if that has fixed anything or if we have to do more surgery. Alright, that's good. Oh, I see. There's a break. It looks like there's a break right... Really? Yeah, it looks... If I zoom all the way in... There's a break. You hardly see it. But it's right there. It does not connect here. Oh, thank you very much, Trina. I greatly appreciate your super chat. Eep! Yes, I will have to find a suitable power adapter for those memory testers. Thank you very much for the kind donation. That will certainly help. Alright, let's try. And fix this up a little bit. So I'm going to put a little piece of wire down here. Sorry, if I put different weight on this board, the focus goes in and out. That's how zoomed in I am here. So well, that doesn't look too hot either. Ugh. Ugh. This is a chip by the SCSI connector. It looks like it's connected, but this will certainly have to go for another cleaning. Oh boy. This is the first time looking at this board under a microscope. It's not all bad, but yeah, it's cold around here tonight, Mike. I don't know about where you are, but it's like it's supposed to be in like the 50s tonight or something silly like that. All right, so let's try and I'm gonna do this to well, yeah, I'm gonna just put some solder on this one. Put some more solder on this one to strengthen it. For this one, I'll have to rebuild it, and for this one, I'll have to rebuild it. But we'll see if I have to do it for the others too. So I'm basically just scraping away and exposing the copper there. So I get a nice little solder blob on there, and then I could basically use my wire to make a rudimentary pad. So I'll have to make 3 pads, and maybe extend this one a little bit. So this is going to be fun. Yes, I ended up giving him fuses, I ended up giving him capacitors, I ended up fixing his stuff. We just recycle it. It's all for show. The recycling currency conversion technique that we use. Alright, so a decent power supply. Well, Brett, thank you very much for the super chat. Eep! I will make sure to get the fanciest darn power supply. Actually, the funds that you guys are giving me, I'll probably put towards a one of those bench power supplies. I wanted one of those. I need to find a good one. They're not cheap, but they're not expensive. So I think I could pool some funds together from you guys. Thank you, and get one of those because that is something that would have helped me on quite a few projects already. So thank you very much, Brett. Greatly appreciate it. Grab any power supply. Okay, so it's always fun trying to do this with only 2 hands. I wish I had another. Where's my tweezers? There. So this wire is extra long, but I'm going to be trimming it. So Ah, jeez. Ah! Great. Did I rip that pad off? Yeah, I did. Great job, Steven. Great job. That's why you don't do what I did. It's alright. There's still something there. This makes our job harder. Yay! So what happened is I pulled the pad out. It was very delicate to begin with. So, very delicate here. Hold this down. I can't stress how tiny this is. So I want to add like a big blob of solder there, but I have to hold that down or it won't let me. That may work. Ugh. Oh, really? What the heck is going on today? Great. Did that just break off too? Come on. Man. I cannot catch a break today. I really can't. It's just the trouble when you're dealing with things that are so old and creaky. Of course, like the way I have to hold this because the plastic is all around there, it's not helping me out, not doing me any favors. I think I'm going to leave that as is. I've already done enough damage to that area. Ugh. My concern is when I go to add solder to this to touch the resistor pack, it's going to fall off again, but maybe I could reinforce that with some solder mask. That might be a good idea. So suspenseful. Yeah, I'm the guy doing it. I'm in suspense too. I don't want to further damage this poor thing. I mean, that seems like it's okay on there for now. Alright, let's try the rest of this here. So I'm gonna start with a smaller piece of wire. Which is easier to lose, which is a lot of fun also. That's pretty good. I don't think that's going anywhere. So one, we need two more. This is my board. I really don't care how it looks. If it works, that'll be fantastic. But I really could care less if it looks 1,000%, like, you know, came from the factory or whatever. I just want it to work. Alright, so 2 more little wires here. Of course, I have everything ready, then I say, I need more flux. That's a good solid one there, actually. Yep, and see, that's what happens. Things are so tiny, they're just lifted off by the soldering iron. So I want it to be flat. Wait a second. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I need to confirm something here. Is there a little hole here? So I didn't think of that. There was like, I thought I saw a little hole that looks like it was maybe connecting elsewhere, but hopefully that would just be done via the layer on the board because there's already a pad there. But maybe I'm just seeing things. No, it looks... Maybe it's just my imagination. So I'd have to trim some of these. That's going to be... Oh, gosh. That's so much fun. The red isn't blood. That's just the surrounding color of the wire. Sorry, you guys are sort of having a conversation of your own. I'm just really trying to get this the way it has to be, but oh, you lousy thing. Come on. Everything is like on top of each other and not working out on my desk here. Everything wants to work out. These tweezers are freaking bent too. Gosh darn it. Alright, that is fine. I could cut that. So that pad needs to be extended. That needs to be extended. That. Okay, so I know this one looks okay, but I know there's a... How can I approach this darn thing? This board is so large, and this area is all the way in the corner, so it just makes it a pain in the butt to work on. I knew that was going to happen. In fact, if I could all move them back, then I don't have to cut them. Then that happens. Okay, that's not too terrible. Solder Bob, where were you when I needed you? I thought you said 6 hours of Steve complaining, because it might be that sort of stream. Oh gosh, this is not going to be an easy one. I knew that going in, but all right, let's keep going here. Oh, thank you very much, Andrew. That is greatly appreciated. Eep. Let's straighten out the camera there, so you could see me eep. Whoops, whoops. Camera's a mind of its own. It wants to fall down. Oh, come on. Be a good camera. There we go. Eep. Thank you very much. Thank you, Andrew. Okay, so let's... I tried to burn most of the enamel away from this wire, but it was not having it, so let's try again. Right, so this, I want to go there. Eight-hour drive, that sounds like fun. Yeah, it's fine. Doesn't have to be perfect. Alright. Alright, so for those of you guys who are just tuning in, what I have done here was get some of the leftover pads and little joins here that were not connected to anything anymore because of this battery, and what I've tried to do is reconstruct those so you can see where those go here, because we're going to have to put a chip over this. Now what I'm going to do is, before I solder anything to this, I'm going to apply the heck out of some solder mask. It's going to be lopsided, I'm sure, but I just want to try and protect these a bit, or maybe Kapton tape. I don't know what's going to hold these in, because I'm afraid of what's going to happen is I put the chip on here, I have to solder the legs to here, and it's going to maybe stick and maybe these move around, so maybe some UV solder mask will help keep them in there. Now I have to do a similar feat over here, not as bad, but I'm gonna do some wire repairs over there as well. We move the board out of the way so I could use this wire here, and hopefully get some good results with this. This insulated wire does not want to fully burn off today, but okay. We'll do what we can. Oh no, don't worry, Joe. The fun's just getting started. I have my own battery bombed Mac. Ugh. And so we're trying to repair all these itty bitty little things. Oh boy. Fun never stops here. So I'm going to connect this to here with a wire just to make sure everything is strong there, because we're going to have to put resistors there. And then this looks okay. I'm just going to blob solder on there. This had to go here. And where this one goes there. Yeah, so just going to try and complete the heck out of this here. So if I do this, it's going to go there. So something like that. Alright, get that little wire out of the way, and then let me just cut off the very end of that, which I don't need. Oh, I love dealing with such tiny things that you think would be simple, but no. Alright, so let's add some flux here. It's too much, but whatever. Oh, yeah, Grudy, I think, yeah, that, never mind. The iPod took a while. Spin this board around again so I get a better feel for this. always something, isn't there? Yeah, Joe knows from experience how much fun this stuff could be. I think this is the most extensive repair of a board I've attempted of my own. Usually it's reserved for the lovely people that are my clients that go, "It broke, fix." And I go, "Okay, I try." And then sometimes it fix, but sometimes it no fix. Oh, come on, just connect to that guy there. There you go. Alright, that's a little blobby, but that's actually good because I want it to be secure. And that ain't going nowhere. Alright, so now I need one to... Oh, let's... Yeah, that's going to need a little join there. This one... Be okay. That will go here. Okay, so we're making progress. My goodness. Ooh, ice cream sounds good. Hey, Dave. Oh, it's time to wrap up. Oh, no, wait. This isn't Mac Yak. I can go as for as long as my sanity allows. And even then, my goodness. So for those of you just joining here, the battery on this Macintosh Clone exploded. It exploded good. And the battery used to be here. And when it leaked this way, and it destroyed the resistor pack that was there. That's this guy. And you can see all the legs are missing. It destroyed all the pads. So what I'm doing is reconstructing those pads, and we're going to put a replacement resistor pack right there. Two modems to talk to yourself. Ba-dum-tsh. Oh, I love it. Okay, I could always talk. Don't worry. I'll talk for the both of us. Then everybody like, that Mac84 guy, his videos are too long, and he never shuts up. Just trying to bend this in the appropriate way. That may be too large. Oops. Let's see. So let me just burn away the enamel here, or at least try to. Sometimes I have no problem burning away the enamel. Just today, just trying to burn the enamel on this wire here is not happy. I don't want to go. We're getting it eventually.
Battery hard, battery harder. Learn how to battery, the sequel.
Alright, so... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this again, and I'm sorry you can't see some of this off camera just because it's off camera. I'm just burning the enamel off this wire. You're not really missing anything. And then what I'm going to do is try and take this wire and curl the end of it into a pad, because I have a very teeny tiny resistor that needs to go on it later on in the stream. And I would rather do that now than try it when it's already soldered on. So. Alright, let's see if we can work with that. We might be able to. We might. Thank you, all things DG. Appreciate it. I need all the luck I can get, I think. You have a UMax board to send me one day. Okay, yep. Hit me up on Mac84.net. There's a form there if you have any questions or you just want me to look at it. Hopefully it's not as bad as this one. Because I don't really know if I'd want to do this for someone that wasn't me. You want how much to do this? Yeah, exactly. Well, this is going to be fun because... Wait a second. This one goes here. Then oh, that one goes there. Am I going to have like a floating little pack... Wait, if I... Wait a second. That goes here. Okay. And this goes there. So what if I bring that around? Yeah, that's going to be much easier if I just bring this trace around. Yeah, screw that. I don't have to recreate the exact way the board is here. So this will come over here and go there and do that, and then this one can do that without too much trouble. We'll put some UV solder mask on so it doesn't touch anything, but this would be very tricky. Oops, sorry, you didn't see where I was going. This would be very tricky because of how small everything is, but we shall try. Everything is so tiny on these boards, but I know that on modern machines they're much tinier. Which is why I don't do those. I'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. Sorry, bye. Yeah, someone contacted me, what was it, MacBook Pro or MacBook Air, and they showed me pictures of it, and I said, I wouldn't even know where to begin. I would not even know where to begin. There's other people that do that work, and they do a great job. That's not me. That's... I don't know what a 04002 is, but it sounds hard. I don't want to do that. No. 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 I don't want to. Don't make me. Is it a processor? Sounds like a processor. My apologies for this thing being out of focus, but it's going to be. Alright, so technically that could go like that. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with a new wire. Keep it enabled and just burn away where I need to, because otherwise it's a little too silly to do that. So let me just do this real quick. Oh, that sounds like fun. No, thank you. See, that's... Oh, jeez. This board is so large, so I just tap it and it goes flying. And then... Come on. Alright, that's pretty stable. Then this could sit there. I'll expose this bit here. So it could touch that resistor when it needs to. Cover that up. Then this goes to there. That goes to there. Bob's your uncle. Alright. Okay, so I still need to do this here. That's going to be fun. The more little things we add in here, the tighter this space gets. So hey McAvoy, how's it going? So I'm going to switch out my my soldering iron tips here to a very, very small one. So I'm going to do that. That's the problem. I don't really have a place for these to sit while they're still hot without them just burning a hole in things. See if that'll work. Maybe? No. That's plastic. That's metal. Oh. Where's my pliers? Where did my pliers go? Oh boy. Oh. That kind of works. Alright, and then the other tip that I need is this guy. Wait for that to turn on. See you, Thomas. Good night. Oh boy. Beep. I love how fast the soldering iron heats up. So you'll see the tip I have now is very, very tiny. Which is good. I mean, maybe I should have been using this all along, but... Alright, so I just need a little bit of wire here. And that's the trick, is getting a very tiny little piece. Okay, so cut this off first because we don't want this flying off and breaking something like maybe one did before. So that's it's just going to be a little tiny one there. So I'm actually going to put a big cut in this. Yeah, all right, we'll do or we'll do that. If it doesn't go as planned, it was always part of the plan. Hint, hint. Wink, wink. The new iron overall is pretty good. It hasn't gone exploded on me again, which is good. And that new wire is... There we go. The new wire I cut was so tiny I almost missed it. Alright, so... Go get that thing. Do it. Get the thing. That should be okay. Alright, so now I need to just scrape away a bit over here. Now, putting these components out is going to be a whole other story. But so I can put some enamel there, so that doesn't touch that. Again, this one is just connecting straight to there, so I can run a wire here, make a little pad. This one goes around here, and then this one. Okay, so let's... No, that can't do this. So let's see how much solder I can just get as a little blob there. It's not really going to blob the way I want it to. It always pools and blobs in ways you don't want it to. But that's life. Alright, so if I just do like a little short guy there, let's see if I could twirl this into like a little... tiny little pad type thing. That might be too big. Yes, it is too big. Let me try this. Let me... Oh, jeez. If this board wasn't so massive, I could work on this desk much more comfortably, but it's just a very silly size compared to what I usually work on. Alright, so I mean, thankfully I think this is the worst part of the board, so if we survive this, then that's great. If we get through this, I should say. So I'm going to need the tweezers. I can't just suspend this. It's not gonna want to do it. I think this is probably one of the most tedious repairs I've attempted. No, I need you to go that way. Yes, like that. That's actually a good join. So, what I need to do is carefully resolder that. It's just, I know that's going to break off if I nudge anymore. Okay, that may work. It can eat through the layers. It has on the processor card. Here, it looks like it was just surface damage, at least from what I could tell. So similar to what I did there, I'm going to do to this one here. Be really cool if it all works after this. I'm moving that out of the way just so I could scrape the copper to give it some roughness here, in hopes that the solder will stick to that too. Oh, excellent. There we go. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. So now, I think, my goodness, let me zoom out here a little bit and get a better look at this myself. So sorry again for the camera being in and out of focus. It's just like I'm putting pressure on the board and it's pretty in focus here. But let's zoom out. And you'll see. Well, we don't need this guy here anymore. What we had to do here. So this line here comes to here. This port here goes to here. Take that off. This wire here goes all the way to connect to this guy. And this goes to there. That I have to put some UV mask on just so nothing touches. Yeah, so let's tidy some of this up a little bit. A box for a set-top box? What a paradox. Set-top box means it sits on top of your TV or your VCR. That's where the term comes from, I believe. So it's not like a weird Apple only name. That's just what people refer to it as because Apple never gave it an official name. It was Apple interactive television box or whatever, but everyone just calls it the STB or the set-top box. So getting all this red stuff off of here, that was the enameled wire that was melted off. We don't need that part. Okay. Get out some of this UV solder mask. I think we're going to need it soonish. Hold on. Pieces fell on things. What was all this? This other stuff. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so the guy who last powered it on, good point, Mike, said it worked 20 years ago. But obviously the battery went kablamo since then. And I did not attempt to power it on. I was going to, but I'm like, oh, let's look at what's inside. And that's why I noticed what was going on. And now I'm trying to find my UV curing light. Looks like a big pen. Oh boy. Here it is. I actually bought paintbrushes. Where was that? Where was I? Did I buy paintbrushes? At the... Where did I put those bins? I bought bins and I bought paintbrushes for the UV solder mask, and I have no idea where those paintbrushes went. Oh well. Well, I won't be using them today, but I did buy paintbrushes just for this stuff. Although, I think what I'm about to do is way... Well, might be a little too small for paint, but... Let's see. We're just going to use the end of these crummy tweezers. The smallest little dust bunnies get into this thing, and it looks terrible, but... Just don't want anything touching where it's not supposed to, and screwing up this already screwed up board. And that'll be fine. Let's place some over here too. And this might help secure that point there. Anything else that's not supposed to touch? Well, we'll see how that works, and then we'll, I guess, go from there. Well, put a little bit between this and this. I mean, those resistor packs can be really small, but I don't want them touching. Well, those individual resistors, rather, not the packs. I don't want them touching this wire. So, thank you very much, Shady Robot. I like your username. Yep, thank you very much for the super chat. That's greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. I'm going to turn down the light a little bit.
Turn the lights down low.
So we could cure this UV solder mask. That will harden it with this little UV light here. Yeah, Mike, are you streaming this weekend, I think? Or are you going to try and crack open that Macintosh Plus? Well, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. Pew, pew, pew! That's right. Pew, pew! Blinded by the UV light. Oh boy. If it was if it was sunny outside, this would be a whole lot easier. But it's dark, and it's cold, and it's rainy. Wrapped up like a cap. I'm usually good at coming up with rhymes and crap like that, but nothing's coming to mind. The larger the area, the longer it's going to take to cure. This looks like a disgusting soup. Take a little bit of a water break here. Aye. 2 p.m. tomorrow. Oh, that sounds fun. Whatever you're working on, Mike, I will be there. Mike's streams are a lot of fun because you get him tinkering around with technology, but you also get kitty cats. Adorable, floofy kitty cats. I bet you Bruce went bye-bye a long time ago. He's going to come back, and he's going to look at this and go, Steve, what the heck? What is all this? Jay is probably gone too, right, Jay? You're not seeing any of this? And Dana's not doing stuff. He's probably asleep. That's okay. You found it! Where the heck was it, Mike? Yes, this is the UV solder mask. Let's see how well it's curing. I'm gonna just give it a light little poke here. No, that's not cured. That's not either. What the heck is going on? Maybe just because it's so globby. It was in your desk. Ah, okay. I'm gonna. I usually have a piece of tape on this to tape down that button to make this easier for me. Need more tape. Because my hands tend to cramp up. Because I'm an old farty man. Now I can just hold it. Lower the light here, make it easier to see what the heck I'm pointing it at. There we go, just let that sit there for a while. It looks like a rave. The system is down. The system is down. Ah, jeez. Don't. No. Just keep that there. Oh, I see what happened here. It wasn't clean enough, so it cured, but not on the... This is going to be fun, isn't it? It's going to be real fun. So that's the problem. If you don't have it clean, it's not going to adhere to what you want it to. So this was not clean enough, apparently, for its liking. Yeah, none of this is really... This worked. Where I didn't want it to work, it worked. Let's try cleaning this up again. Guess you don't need this tape on here anymore. Ooh, G4 Cube goodies. I'll be there, Dave. Maybe here. You know what? Where's those resistors here? Where did my marker go? Here it is. Let's see how these resistors are tiny. Let's look at them. We need 3 of these guys. In a big plastic pack thing. So that's what I grabbed. Yeah, it's probably just flux and goo and... So we need 3 of these small little guys. So I'm going to put the rest back in that bag. How do I take them out of this little thing? Usually it's just a little piece of plastic film, but... Okay, I see. These are tiny. But I think they're the right size. And I got a bunch of them because I know I'm going to lose some. Yeah, these guys are tiny. I don't think I have to worry too much about them touching things. Let's try it. Let's just see. And if it goes badly, oh well. Get off my flux. that's good. That's not going anywhere. It doesn't look pretty, but should be okay. Hello, hello. It's too much solder, but I don't care. As long as it's making a connection, that's fine by me. Because I don't want to try and clean it up and then break everything I just spent so long trying to fix. Okay, so let's check our work. This goes there. This trace goes... It's supposed to go through there to here. This connects to there. That guy. That might need a little fixing too. What I'll probably do is put some UV solder mask over this, like, this whole area when the sun is out, and it'll just cure instantly. That should be okay. Alright, let's get our multimeter out and see how things are going. Hey Joe, welcome back. Welcome back to the party, pal. Alright, so where'd I put that multimeter? Where'd that dastardly multimeter go? There it is. Okay. Okay. No one will see that when the thing's over it, but just want to double check here. Okay. This wire goes down here. I'm just trying to see where this ends up. Okay, it touches this pin here. And that goes... Great, that's making a connection. And then this one is supposed to go here, and then that goes down here to this pin. Excellent. We're not doing too bad, I don't think. Not too bad. It does make me question some of the pins here, but I could always just freshen that up a little bit. I never thought I'd try and solder a 601 processor, but some circumstances required me to give it a go fairly recently, and I will not spoil that. There's some goodies coming up in a scripted video. Speaking of scripted videos, 1 week of video is way too fast-paced for me. I can't do that. I know other YouTubers can. I don't have the time for it right now in my life, and some things may change, but for now, I think 1 week of video is too much for me, especially because I do live streams too. So what I'm probably going to do is like a video every 2 weeks or so. Yeah, that definitely wasn't really on there, was it? It just basically suits my flow a bit better, and it's just a lot going on in life right now that requires attention. But I know you guys all understand, and you'll want the content when it's ready. Because I have some great things. They're longer stories, they're longer videos. Yeah, see, that's the problem though. Like, YouTube loves schedules, and if you're not in a schedule, the almighty YouTube algorithm is like, yeah, you're not popular, blah blah blah. Not that I really don't care too much about it, but one, a schedule sort of helps keep me in loop. Otherwise, I'll just keep putting off videos forever. And two, apparently it's a positive thing to do that. But my channel's a little bit different. I do a lot of live streams too, so as you guys know. I want to make sure none of these are wiggling around. No, everything seems to be okay. Yeah, okay. Well, it's not a competition. Yeah, I know, but it's just I have a lot of projects. I have a lot of things. I shot so much footage for like 4 videos, and then I'm like, oh, I have to go back and do. And it's just like there's a lot of work involved, and it's just I've not had the time. Wait, that's a 000? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I hope the ones that I actually took a picture of were 111, not just fat zeros that look like ones. Let me pull up my photos here and double check. Yeah, no, they were 111. Oh, thank goodness. I was about to say, oh no, I put the wrong things on. Okay, so I'm ready to put this on, I guess. My concern is that the heat is going to wobble these things around like crazy. So let me try and clean this up a little. Yeah, I mean, I have projects that are that I want to. Well, thank you, Andrew. I get a lot of comments when I didn't do scripted videos for a while. I got a lot of comments. Oh, you know, your videos are too long. Blah blah blah. Now look, I always take everything with a grain of salt because it's like I'm doing what I'm doing. It's my channel. If I'm enjoying it, I'm gonna do it. But I understand. Live streams aren't for everybody, but I've been very surprised of the analytics that YouTube tells me about when people are watching the live streams. Because believe it or not, and I took me a while to believe it, people actually watch these things after they're live. You know, you'll put it on the background while you're working. You'll tinker around with something. I do that too. If I miss one of Bruce's live streams or Mike's live streams, I'll actually put it on the background, and I won't be watching every second of it, but I'll put it on the background. It'll be like, you know, company to me. It's like, oh, well, you're fixing something, I'm fixing something. And yeah, I never even thought of that. But hey, that's apparently a thing, which is very cool. So I'm going to blow some hot air on this. Well, not some hot air, but just some air. Sorry about that. Hey, Justin, how's it going? 63 viewers. My goodness. Hello, everybody. Yeah, and it's a lot of fun that way, I think. So yeah, I'm not changing what I'm doing. I'm just saying I was trying to do like one video a week, and that's way too much for me. So I'm gonna try to do for two. Might slip a little bit, but whatever. We'll try. We'll get what we get, I guess. All right. So these are a little long. I'm not really gonna bother with them though, because these are pretty sturdy. Well, this one isn't, but because there's nothing underneath it. Yeah, what I'm going to try and do is just put some solder mask just like as a layer, just to like hold things down. There goes a scalpel again. The one thing that I shouldn't be dropping is a pointy tool. It's right on my legs, and it keeps doing that. Oh, goodness. But I want these to sort of be cemented in place, because I do not want to ever have to adjust these. Alright, so let's take a look there. I'm going to take a picture with my phone, actually. This is one of those things where it's like, do you do these types of repairs? Do you have any proof that you do them? And I'm like, well, there's an 8-hour live stream you can watch. And I go, I don't want to watch that. I'm like, okay, well. Got some pictures now. Alright, so I'm going to put the UV light back on here. We'll see. This is a big blob, so it might take a long time to solder. Cure solder. But we'll see what happens. Surprise boxes. Oh, jeez. My nieces and nephews love, like, the videos of people playing with toys. It's really weird. But I guess it's no different than me playing with computers or somebody playing with cars or tools and stuff like that. But, I don't know, I would have never thought that. I don't know, maybe if when I was a kid, I would have enjoyed that stuff. I don't know. I guess it's similar to like a puppet show, but hey, MacBoy, yeah, no worries. I appreciate you stopping by. I know it's pretty late. It's almost 11 p.m. here, so take care. Have a good night. And happy Memorial Day, everyone. My goodness. At least I get a day off this week, so that's nice. This seems to be curing much better than the last time, so that's good. Yes, exactly, Retro Techie. Yes, why fix something when you can watch somebody fix something? Honestly, that happens sometimes. Like, Bruce will fix something, and I'm like, well, I feel like I accomplished something because I watched it, instead of me going live and doing something. Mommy, but that man has a Quadra 840 AV. I don't care what that man has. You're not getting one. Wouldn't it be funny if this resistor pack is like for the cash card or something that we're not going to use? And be like, oh, all this work for nothing. No comment. Yeah, it is weird, but at least the YouTube rules have changed. If a video is marked for children, it'll, you know, they don't make as much money. I think they don't have comments, they don't have super chats. I think they could still get advertising revenue, but that's it. So,
Mac84, beauty guru. Do your caps look this beautiful? Ask me how.
oh my goodness. I can't even do it dressed as me. Yeah, that actually looks like it's hardening. Let me put the cap back on this UV solder mask before I lose it forever. See, before it was just sort of being a weird color. This actually looks like it's hardening, which is good. Because the idea here is not that I didn't want these pins to touch each other. I didn't think they would, but when I'm going to be soldering this chip on here, I just want to make sure that those anchor points, which took me forever to do, are actually going to stay there. That's very important. No, Neil. I was just saying I was trying to do a video a week, but that proved to be difficult for me. So I'm going to try to do like a scripted video every 2 weeks or whatever. And then that got into just talking about silly YouTube things. That's not hard to do. I just need a different haircut and a hat or something. A slight disguise. Me and Mike could dress up as each other for Halloween. It always comes back to silly YouTube things. That's right, Justin. That's right. Let's see if this has hardened. It's still a bit... Yeah, see, it's a little flexible still, so I still want to just keep that on there a little bit more. Yeah, I actually was going to do a whole video about SCSI fuses, and then I wrote a blog about it on my Mac84.net website, a blog post about it. I may still do the video, though, because I shot all this footage. And that's fine. Like, I'll do, like, a quick little video that's, like, 10 minutes long, but I personally don't see the amount of views from those when I do, like, a video that's more involved. And I don't know if it's just, like, the way YouTube shares it, or just it's not as interesting, which I understand. They ain't all gonna be winners. Yeah, I mean, wherever the light will reach, it will cure, but that's the thing. If it's a thick blob, it's going to take much longer to cure because it has to penetrate everything. Although maybe it can't. I mean, maybe this light is just not powerful enough to cure everything, but... You make me sleepy, Trina. There. So after this, we're going to put that resistor pack on. There are a few caps I need to replace, but those hopefully shouldn't take too long. There's only 4 that look really bad, and I don't want to power this machine on with bad caps like that. So if we can do this, I will power this on tonight. I will. I'm just as curious as you guys if this works or not. Be sure to like the video, though, please. If you like this sort of stuff, please consider liking the video. It'll help us out. Make sure YouTube knows that, hey, this video good guy. He do the thing. Good job. I don't know. Probably the same as any of the Power Macs of the era, to be honest. And I think it's just like a L2 cache or whatever the Power Macs used. Oh, Mike. There's no reefer caps that have exploded yet. You guys are crazy. I don't think either Mike or myself were made to wear thongs. That's... Oh, Lord. Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't think this is ever going to get 100% solid. I'm going to try for a little bit on here, and then we're just going to put the resistor pack on. Hey, I freely admit it. Nobody does. Scripted video to find out. Mike and I are at this store today. What? Nobody wants to see that. Oh, gosh. I think that's enough of that. I don't think any more shining of that is going to help anybody. At least help this poor board here. So, what are we looking at? It's a very good question. So, this is a Power Macintosh Clone by Power Computing from 1996. This logic board had a battery that used to live here. That battery swelled and leaked and destroyed a bunch of things, like this capacitor here. A lot of these things ugh. I'm looking at this for the first time in this area under the microscope here. And, yeah, where's my scalpel? Here it is. And it looks like... Is that even... Alright, so that's still soldered on there. At least. I mean, this all has to be cleaned. But, yeah, there's... Ooh. That bad trace? Might actually still be making a connection. Let's try. Anyway, the battery exploded, and so we had to do some very delicate repairs, which hopefully are working, to try... Okay, good. To try and resolve some issues that are apparent to us. Now, I'm noticing this here is sort of scraped away here. Alright, so that looks like it's still making a connection, which is good. Alright, that's fine. Obviously, the battery went boom in this area, so we just want to make sure everything looks as good as it can. This whole thing looks tasty, but I think I'm ready to put that chip on. I think so. I'm just going to take a photo of it. And take a photo of it with my phone. From a few different angles. Okay. And maybe this tape wouldn't be a bad idea. Just put a little bead of this heat-resistant tape over that solder mask. I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah, why not? Probably a bad idea, but make that a little smaller. Probably not going to help us with anything, but whatever. Okay, so here's our new chips. This guy's going to go right there. So here's the old chip here. That's set just like that, with all the pins broken off and everything. The new chip is just like that. So I'm going to anchor it on the left, and then I'm going to work carefully to try and get everything joined up. Yeah, I think the IDE card is the winner. I did not ever have an IDE card for a Mac, so I'm very happy to have that. Even if this machine ends up not working, it'd be nice to have that. So again, for $50, I was that's why I didn't even open the case. Like I was just talking to the guy. This is the first Power Mac I've ever picked up that's had a problem like that. So obviously it's concerning because I really wanted this machine. I wanted it to be functional. All right, that looks pretty secure. That's good. Here comes the tricky side, fellas. But I think we could do this. Unlike Sonic, he doesn't chuckle. He'd rather reset his BIOS. Okay, so here all night, guys. The solder has to be just on the tip of this iron, or it's not going to get hot enough to do what I want it to do. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. Darn it. Really? It just sucked up that whole wire I made. Oh gosh, are you serious? Oh wait, no, that was just solder. That's right, that was the one. Alright, we could fix that, I think. let's see. Let's go back and look at the picture I took before. Wait, what is it doing here? So that... Wait. No, that was a... Is that a pin? Oh no, that was just a... Well, I mean, I don't know how I could test where that connects to. I'm just looking at the board here. I didn't glue any new pads on. We soldered things to any little scrap metal that we could. Just checking everything here. That didn't really go on there. Let's try that again. Okay. So wait, does that... Oh, so that used to have a little guy that went under this leg. If only I would be able to... I should have ran that spot out and over here. That's what I should have done. I mean, I think it's making a connection. It's very hard to tell. I'm going to look on this... I'm going to look at the side of this. Just kind of bring my microscope over the desk here. It's going to be very out of focus, but... That's a look from the side of this here. That would scare the crap out of me. No, that wouldn't be fun. Alright, let's take a look here. It does look like it's connected. I think it is. Just test again with the multimeter here. I mean, it's wobbly. What if I just jab it in that way? And just put a huge solder ball on it. That might be enough. Some flux in there. Just to try and make sure that whatever solder was removed from that, maybe we could get it to stick back on there. I mean, it's ugly, but hopefully that'll work. I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Alright, so now we have 4 capacitors to remove. And so the positive would be on the right. Let me get a piece of paper here. Has stuff on it. Yeah, this will work. Oh, my back. Ugh, I've been looking over this thing for too long. Alright, let me just try and scribble down some things here. So, this is capacitor number 208. And here's the SCSI connector here. We have wire that goes here, then there, and there. So that's the negative side on the right, and the positive is, I mean, the negative's on the left, positive's on the right, because on these caps, the black signifies the, whatchamacallit, the negative. So, okay, and that's a 4716. Alright, then the other one that we have to replace here is this nasty one here. So that is what is this? C231. This is a Power Computing Power Tower Pro 225, whatever I wrote in the video description. That is what this one is. This is here. Alright, and this is negative, positive. Okay. And let's see, there's another cruddy one. Ugh, two of them right next to the plastic here. That's going to be fun. And so those are... this is the CPU slot. Okay, and so this is C4 and C1. Okay, so C1 and C4. And so the negative is towards the top, and the positive is towards the CPU slot, I think. Let me double check this. It's late. I'm tired. I'm not going to take any chances of doing this and then screwing it up. Yes, negative is the black mark on these particular capacitors. Alright, let's get these out of the way. These are going to be the most pain in the butt because they are right between some plasticky bits and I don't want to melt them. So we have our lovely tape here. Our heat-resistant Kapton tape, whatever it's called. Forget. But we finally got some, so we're going to use it. Hopefully. Oh, jeez, that... Good thing I have a whole roll of this. Note to self, do not push down tape with a sharp object. You will break the tape. Come on, just nothing I am doing is going as planned today. Oh, that's really crummy. More tape. It's like duct tape. Just keep adding more until you're satisfied. I wouldn't be surprised if the caps still worked. It's just the top of them that look nasty. But if we're going to be trying to fix up this board, the last thing I want to do is worry about those caps. So, all right, let's get our little metal heat shield guys back. We will need them, even though I put the tape on there. And don't worry, we'll probably melt something anyway, but... I'm going to try to just dab that with some solder. Apis 2000, that's what I have. I have one of those. It really is not a bad machine. I think mine's a 200 megahertz model. But they're really not little bad machines. I really like mine. And it is labeled Apis, even though I'm in the United States. They were called Supermax, but mine was apparently imported because I got it secondhand. So let's try and freshen up the solder here. That sometimes helps these capacitors relieve themselves. Sometimes. Oh, it's all grime. Yeah, there's all grime on those pads. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm going to use the hot air. What I was just doing was adding some fresh solder to that just to sort of prep them for getting blown out of there. Because I don't want to spend any more time than I have to with the plastic, with the heat at the plastic. So, Apus? No, I think it's Apis. I mean, I've always said Apis, but who knows? Who knows? One down. Oh. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Let's see if we... Any damage here? No. That tape did its job. Excellent. Nice and uneventful. Yay. Alright, so I have some capacitors here. These are 47 microfarad, 16 volt. These are the types that this area needs. So we're going to replace those. Thank you, tape. Actually, you know what? While the heat gun is on, let's remove the rest of these. There's this cruddy one here. Yeah, let's just do this real quick. Let's just get all the crummy ones off here. Then we'll be able to put them on much easier. So again, just like I did last time, I'm just gonna add a little bit of fresh solder here. Might not like it, but we'll try this one then. It's like not getting hot enough, but that might be on the ground plane or something. Who knows? Alright, let's try just heating this one up a little bit. Okay, good. So this is right next to a fuse. That's going to be fun. Should do that. Let me just add some more of that tape. Maxed out the RAM to 144. External SCSI drive. Yeah, those little clones, they pack a punch, man. There's a reason Apple didn't do well when those clones were out, because those machines were actually pretty darn fast. I mean, they were using the same processors Apple was using, but theirs were quicker. Hopefully this one will come off nice and easy. Okay, not too bad. Well, if, you know, I have to do a follow-up to my clone video because there's a lot more to go into, but they were thinking of switching, at least some people inside of Apple, were thinking of switching to Intel processors as soon as, like, the early 90s. But a lot of the requests to do research and development on that stuff was either poo-pooed, or they said no, or they worked on other projects instead. Alright, so It's very surprising because Apple could have gone in a very different direction, been Windows compatible with their Mac systems as early as like '94. But Star Trek show. Oh goodness. All right, so let's clean up some of these pads a little bit. I'm actually gonna switch tips here. Back to the one we were using at the start of the show. Let's see if we could just put that like there, kind of cool. Hey CS Waffy, how you doing? My goodness, so we are replacing a few caps on this Macintosh Clone board. It's had a lot more done to it than just caps, I'm afraid. But we are pushing through here. These are the last 4 caps I have to put on, and then we're going to see if this thing wants to work. That'll be cool, huh? I have not turned this machine on because it came to me battery exploded. But I think we've made enough progress where hopefully we could do. I mean, look at this chip we put on. That was a whole ordeal. All right, so let's freshen this up here. We touched the plastic a little. Oh well. I'm not going to worry about it. It's my machine. Yeah, see, look at that capacitor goo. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. Then we have these two over here. Oh, there go all my things. Come to think of it, this is the first Power Mac I've recapped. Or had to replace capacitors on. So, how about that? A Mac84 first! Not because I wanted to, because I had to. But let's scrub that away. That looks pretty nasty. Oh yeah, the pulsar towers. I have a board for one of those, but I don't have the case. Although they use Dell cases, like they use the same cases Dell used in their Pentium 2 or Pentium 3 machines, and I have one of those because I'm like, oh, I could just, make my own Mac clone out of this. And that'll probably be in another video I do. All right, so let's get those capacitors ready. We need 4 of them. Put the rest in this bag so I don't lose them. And my goodness, 60 people. Hello, everybody watching. Hello, hello. We're getting near the end here of being able to test this thing. If I could open this little thing of capacitors here. Come on. go. So we have 4 capacitors here. Get my tweezers, which fell off the desk before. Wow, still in use. That's amazing. I mean, those machines are pretty wicked quick. My friend James has one. Alright, these are the crummy tweezers. Where did I put my good ones? Did they fall too? Did they fall on the ground as well? Oh, boy. I guess not. Where art thou good tweezers? I don't know. I don't know where I put them. That's unfortunate. I mean, I could use these, but they're really crummy. They're all bent and... Let's see if I can straighten this out. Might be fine enough just for this. Whatever. Alright, so these have the positive side facing the CPU slot, so the stripe has to go like that. And I'm using these extra small capacitors to give me extra space. They make them smaller than this, but these are, I think, small enough for my needs here. Oh boy. If I had 1,000,000 Mac G4 cubes, I'd give some away. Not enough solder. Give them a little nudge, make sure they are secure on that side. Yep, okay. We could take this tape off here and do the other side. Okay. Those are not going anywhere. Excellent. I gave one away earlier in the stream. Oh, no I didn't. Alright, so for this one, the positive side faces to the right of the SCSI port, so that stripe should face towards the ports on the board. Just like that. Where did my tweezers go? There we go. Sorry, that was off camera. I was just trying to get that at a weird angle here. Alright, and then the last one here, the positive mark is on the right, so the stripe is going to face away from the power supply ATX connector thing. There. Need more solder. Okay, that is the last cap, folks. That is the last capacitor. My goodness. I think this means we may be able to test some things. I'm going to put a piece of tape over this chip just because I'm worried about it. I don't want to nudge it or anything. That's a very delicate area. So, there. We did that. Alright, so... yeah, I'm not 70, so thankfully. Okay, so I'm just taking a visual inspection of this board. Making sure those look okay. Yeah, what concerns me still is on the CPU part, we still have some yucky green bits. I'm just going to take a closer look here. There's some corrosion. I mean, all these pins seem to bounce back. They seem to be okay. I mean, some of these have some green on them. So. Oh, and I cracked the plastic on the stupid cache slot. Oh well. It's broken anyway. Yeah, that's what I ended up just doing that, and it just cracked it, so. I need some glue. I need some glue for that. I'm just going to put some tape on it, because that's the mood I'm in right now. Tape, 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 everything. What the flux? Only tape I have on my desk right now, so that's what we're going to use just to keep that from going anywhere too far. Alright. Okay, so let me switch to the cameras here. Oh my goodness. I think we're ready to test it. I need to find a CPU card because the CPU card that came with this has its own issues that we're not going to try and fix today. I do have some CPU cards. Let me... oh boy. Let me stand up for a second so I don't fall over. Is that box over here? I had a box of like cards and stuff. Oh yeah, I can definitely fix it with something else. I just don't have any of that stuff on me right now. This is the bin I was looking for. It might not be in here. No, it's not in there. Let me take a look over here. I know, there's so many things that are all unorganized and all over the place. Let me look on this side of the basement. I'm going to actually stretch my legs. I'm going to take a look. I'll be right back. Guys, don't go anywhere. And we will test this out. Well, how about this? We'll just point the camera at the board for a bit. Ah, poo. See, that's what happens when you use a half-rate camera holder thing. There. Oh. And now the camera got disconnected. This camera is very sensitive and old. There we go. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I found one. Well, I found two. One's a G3 upgrade. I'm not going to test that out. But there's this one here. This does not say like 49600 only or anything silly like that. So this should work. This is... I'm going to look up the model of this. Unfortunately, a lot of these boards have the same number. Again with this stupid USB connection. There it goes. That USB cable's loose. I gotta open it up and fix it. It's 1997. So let's see. Let's do a search here for Apple 1997. This is going to be, well, this is just the board, but 820.0928.01. And that's coming up as a 200 megahertz 604 processor. So that should work. Sure. Alright, so. Let's see if it fits in the... Oh, geez, the plastic is kind of bent on this. I might have gotten this used from somewhere. Let's see. It fits without breaking, so that's good. Let me move the microscope back a little bit. Give us some room here. Turn the fan off. Okay, let's turn the soldering iron off. Let's turn the heat gun off. Let's move some of this stuff out of the way. Alright, so now we need some memory. And the box over here. I'm not going to put the big modules in just in case anything explodes. We have an IBM 16 meg. Sure. Let's see. Just put this in here. Let me tell my darling Mac84 friends who are probably not watching this, I'm about to test it. Okay. Alright, so here's the power supply. Just in this case. I forgot that was on there. Anyway. We have to, I guess, put this back in here. I'm just letting you guys know. You drift in and out. It'll take me a second to put the thing back together here. I have to figure out which orientation these darn things go in. Oh, okay. Power? Oh wait, hold on. There's all these little header cables. Hold on, please. All right. Power LED goes there. Reset switch goes there. Power switch, and this is the speaker. Sorry, these stupid things are so hard to get in. Alright, good. Alright, let me just put some screws in there, I suppose. Where did those screws go? You stay there. Where did I put them? They were in a little container, and I put them all together. Is that in here? Oh, they were in here. Dana's here. Oh yeah, so here's the heatsink from that G3 power supply. Look at the bite it took out of that. The processor card though. Look at that. This is aluminum. Don't focus on me, you dumb thing. Focus on this. Ah. Well, anyway, it ate into it. Alright, so I'm just going to put in some of these screws just to hold this thing down. Screw might not go there. Three hours. Well, it was a very intricate repair. Let's hope we got it right, huh? Why is this board not sitting in here correctly? Like as if something is holding. Oh, there we go. All right. It's very finicky here. That screw doesn't fit either. Where did these screws come from? This guy? Maybe. I just need to buy like a suitcase full of PC screws because I always seem to be losing them. That's fine. Let's get another one of those. All right, that board's not going anywhere. Okay, so we have the speaker here, we have the processor card here. Oh boy! Why am I doing this? Why should I just leave this here? Bring that closer. So if this explodes, you could all see it. Speaking of exploding, sorry. Did you see my posterior? I didn't mean to. This camera would go straight in the trash if I could afford another one right now, because this USB cable is just like you breathe on it and it shorts itself out or something. Alright, so if something blows up, at least you guys get a good view of it, okay? Yes, I know there's a black screen, trust me. I'm monitoring this thing closely, because that's what happens here. Things stop working sometimes. Alright, let's get a keyboard cable. Seriously, come on. Nothing wants to work today. Alright guys, I give this a 50-50 chance of working. What do you guys say? You think it'll work? Or you think it's going to put magic smoke everywhere? boy. I am very nervous. Alright, well. Oh. I'm glad I didn't plug this in. The power supply was set at 230. The power supply was set at 230 volts. Alright, so it's set at 115 now. Jeez. That would have been bad. That would have been very bad, because this red switch was set in the wrong direction. I'm glad I looked. Who knows if this power supply even works because of that. Alright, well. I heard a chime! It chimed! Holy camole! It chimed! Holy smokes! It freaking chimed! And I reset it, and it chimed again! Alright, alright. Let's plug in a video card here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh man. Let's plug in a video card to this. Alright, alright, alright. Let's get our VGA cable. That's this guy here. Okay, and we need our blue SCSI. Look. We're gonna. Ooh, those SCSI ports are a little green, but we're gonna try anyway with the port that's not as green. Oh man, if this actually could boot up, that'd be hilarious. Well, not hilarious, it'd be awesome, but also hilarious. Maybe. Okay, alright, so we got video plugged in there. Let me switch to that view. I think that's... This one goes directly to there. No, wait, hold on. Let me just make sure I got the right video cable plugged into the right thing. Oh, no. Wrong video cable, sorry. That would have did a whole lot of nothing. Okay. All right. Let me turn this on again and see if we get anything. Oh, power would be useful here. We got light on the blue SCSI, so we have termination power. We have... Look at this! Look at this! This is amazing! We got a cursor at least. I don't know if it'll boot. Come on, we got the mouse wiggling. Whee! Well, I have a SCSI, blue SCSI adapter in there with system 7.5, but it might not support 7.5. It might be 604 might be too new for it actually. Let's look up every Mac. Because they have some of the clones listed here, and I'll see the OS. I think it was 7.5, but let's see. Power Computing, and this particular one is a Power Tower Pro 225. And it says 7.5. Okay, so it... Oh, that's right. Wait, it's this is a blue SCSI. They don't like all Power Macs. That could be an issue here. So, and no hard drive came with this system. But I have my SCSI to SD adapter over here. Now this will boot, but it will freeze. Because I've used it before. Is there a power? Oh, that's right. We disconnected all the buttons on this thing. Now this will boot, but the SD card is a little corrupted. But if this at least tries to boot, I'm gonna be so excited. Come on, you stupid thing, go in there. And then we need something non-conductive. Yeah, if 7.5 will work, 7.1 will work. Don't move. Okay, let's try this again. Wait for that SCSI activity light, hopefully. Because who knows, maybe something in that chip that if something is not making the proper connection, unfortunately that could affect how it's looking for SCSI devices. Let me try resetting the PRAM. There is no battery, but you never know what to try. Yeah, this guy must have had 8.6 on there because he had a USB card installed. So we're not getting activity on that SCSI, which is concerning. That's supposed to be the internal bus. So that is a little concerning there. I'm going to try a keyboard command here. Yeah, I'm not sure if the SCSI card is working correctly. Let me try with this external SCSI cable. Maybe we get better luck with the external SCSI. I mean, any life out of this at all is exciting. Especially if we have an IDE drive. Right, so this is external now. Oh, yeah, I pulled the power plug out because I'm silly. There are no SCSI devices on the chain. It's the only one. Right, so we do get power. Now that resistor block, like I said, one pin may be off or something like that, and we could be having issues, or something on the chip may not be fully seated or whatever. Oh, thank you, Dana. I think I have the disc. It came with the other one, the 603 I have, but very weird. I mean, I don't see any jumpers on the board, like for IDE booting or anything like that. But it's concerning that it's not seeking anything from the SCSI bus. And with the repairs that we did right next to those SCSI chips, I mean, could very well be something there. Let's see if turn this off. Here's the ATA card. Because they had a what did they have that was IDE? Oh, the CD-ROM drive. So I think they had a CD burner in here and hard drive at one point. I'm just curious if we get any life out of the CD-ROM. goes the case of the Blue Scuzzy. Sorry, guys. Ugh. It's an absolute mess, but all right, it ejects, so that's good. I don't know why we're not getting any video now. Why is it not chiming anymore? Now it's not chiming anymore. Let's take out that IDE card. Let's see if it'll chime now. Nope, it's not chiming anymore either. What the heck? Yes, there is a CUDA switch. What the heck? Oh, good night. Sorry. I'm going on and on with this thing. There's no cache stick in this, but so that's not it, unfortunately. Okay. Now it's chiming again. Now, thankfully, this only needs the one cable. Alright, so I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to plug in the IDE card again. The metal bracket is making it a bit of a pain to plug in. Come on. Hold on. This does not want to go in. It's like the bottom of the bracket is preventing it from going in correctly. Alright, there we go. Let's try that again. So now it chime. It doesn't chime, and we don't get any video with the ID card in. Very strange. Well, the processor is in there firm. I mean, who knows? This thing has loose things all over the place. Okay, well. Put a CD in. There is no ROM chip on this one. It's soldered onto the board. I'm gonna hold down C. I don't even know if the CD-ROM drive works, so. The background is that should be normal. Very strange. 7.61. I mean, if it's not trying to boot from the SCSI to SD adapter, that's my go-to, and it's not doing it externally or internally. So yeah, it does look like there's something wrong with the SCSI bus, which is unfortunate because we just did all that work on that chip, and I'm very keen not to touch that again. But going for almost well, we're at 3.5 hours here. Let's try another drive. Yeah, let me get another an Apple CD-ROM drive. Yeah, I have some PCI SCSI cards, but not all of them are bootable. See, it's not even going to the flashing question mark, which is concerning. So it's almost as if it's not passing what it's supposed to. Yeah, the chime is great, but it's concerning me that it's not completing what it's doing. Let me try putting in another memory stick, which is easier said than done on this machine. So I put a second stick of memory in there. Yeah, there's no onboard video on this model. It could also be one of those chips does not have a proper, connection somewhere. I have no idea what it would have done without that chip that we put on there. Maybe it's doing exactly what it was doing when the battery exploded, but we didn't try that. I'm going to unplug the IDE card. And we're just going to let it sit for a little bit. I wonder if I need to terminate the bus, like if there's a termination issue. I don't know where all my terminators are right now, but that could be one thing. But I'm not going to keep up with this too much longer. I'm very proud of what we've done so far. I'm not going to beat this into the ground. There's a lot of other things I could try with this. I grab a hard drive, I could do this and I could do that, but yeah, I mean there's the ROM is built onto the board. From what I can see, because there's a cache slot, but that wouldn't be used for the ROM. Yeah, because I see U14, U24, U15, and U33. I believe those are the ROM chips there. There's only 2 things of RAM in there. That's nice. There's the initials of the team on the board. And there could also be other damage that I just did not see. But I'm satisfied that the machine chimes at least. Yeah, see, I don't have a 50-pin... Do I? No, that's the cable. Well, I guess to terminate it... Well, here, let me try this. Turn this off. Where's okay, this is a broken SCSI hard drive, so I don't care what happens to this. That's a bad idea. This cable's too short. You try the cable that was in there. This thing's gonna make a lot of noise because it's broken. Sorry, let me switch this thing back. That hard drive's not happy. It seems I don't get video when there's a hard drive too. Alright, well, I think we made some good progress on this machine, but obviously there's a lot more work to be done. So I'm going to call it here for tonight. maybe on late tomorrow or Sunday I'll try tinkering around with this again. But there's something wrong with the SCSI bus. I don't know if one of those pins that we soldered just didn't make it or whatever. I could check my work, but I'm getting pretty tired because I've been going at this for almost 4 hours now. So there will be a part 2, I assure you. But I'd like to thank everybody for sticking around, all almost 60 of you. And thank you everybody for the super chats and the likes and subscribes and all that stuff. We do have some life out of this and a chime, so I'd call that a success. It's not working, but I guess we'll see if we can get anything working from this in another stream. But I appreciate all the comments, everyone trying to help me get this to work. And yeah, I mean, it was in pretty bad shape when we started, and I know that we're going to have to try and get this to work as well. Well, I'd like to. This is the G3 upgrade card it came with. The heatsink is removed. But yeah, there's some damage here. You can't really see it too good because the camera bad. There we go. It looks much better. This was covered with disgusting stuff. I have to order one of these chips. Sorry, one of these chips here. So we'll see if we could do that. But oh well, we tried. But I'd like to thank everybody for hanging out, and that's it. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. And I will see you guys at another time. Take care. Have a good weekend. Take care, guys. Bye.